Nice. That's hilarious. Yeah. Nope. What's up, Friday? What's up, everybody out there? We appreciate you rolling with us. I got to get a new background, Ben Rasa, so I'm going to have you filibuster for a little bit in a second. Well, actually, you know what? I like that background, if that's okay. Is that all right?
That's fine. You got me just kind of like lurking up to no good.
Well, yeah, and earlier this morning on one of my videos, this caused some controversy all the way up the food chain to the Chalkboard app, where Lofty was alerted that I was slandering, that I was going after him, even to the point where it was like, yo, you two guys don't get along. Is there something going on that we should know about type thing? All I was saying is a natural position for me, right? Like if you just look at a natural position for me is this. And it's unfortunate for Lofty because he's the face that you don't see, Ben. And it's even more unfortunate for the audience because now they get two of me.
Yeah, I am seeing
nightmare.
Double. That is a little dangerous, but we got you. We got Lindy there. I'm there. Lofty's blocked out. Now he's back. But yeah, I like the new graphic. I'm excited for it. We're excited for the show. You mentioned it's Friday. I'm gonna be sweating a little golf on the show. Talk about last night was not my night in the betting streets. The NFL draft was good. Everything else not good. The Maple Leafs are scaring me a little bit. That was it's getting a little tight, but we'll talk about that and plenty more today.
So you're telling me that you did not trail the parlay of the day video yesterday. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I did see some tweets out there in the Twitter universe saying I believe the term ATM money making machine was attached to you. So I don't know if that's your burner or people are happy with the video.
No, it's my burner.
Okay,
yeah, it is. Well, yeah, both are true, I think, but it's definitely my burner. Without saying. And look, it's just another application for us to say the tool works, and that's all that is. That's the same tool. It's the start of the show, and I know people are coming in right now, so we ask a couple of things, right? You know, thumbs up, subscribe, basic shit that you get on any YouTube show. On top of that, you can sign up for this tool right now, like right this second, while watching, while listening, and follow along with what we're doing throughout, and take advantage still while it's here this free week. All right, man. So we've got some NBA stuff. We have some hockey we have to talk about at some point. I think there's some promos to look around. Looks like we already have one delay or cancellation, pardon me, two. That would be the O's, Tigers, Pirates, Nationals. I thought I saw the Royals Twins were delayed. No, that couldn't be true.
I don't know. They're about to first pitch, I think, for that game is imminently.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I'd like to do with you, okay? Let's go. Normally we talk, we bullshit, we shoot shit, we have fun. You've got golf stuff. I had two matchups thanks to the OddsShopper premium tool that I played. One of them was Finau over Rahm at plus 180. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, right? I think I'm okay with that.
Good start.
Not bad. So why don't we just look at this? All right, Mike. So why don't we just jump right to the market and see what is, let's get a sweat in. Right. You and I are going to be looking at each other, talking to each other for the next, 56 minutes or so. I'm sure we can find something right here that's an easy early sweat. Maybe it's a K prop that comes from this game on the OddsShopper premium tool. What do you think?
Sure. We got, I'll give you one right now. Max Kepler under 1.5 total bases. He's sitting at minus 122. Value jumps right off the page. You're looking at a 5% ROI. So if you want to sweat during the show, that's upwards. Oh my God. Minus 122 on Bet Rivers, minus 159 on Caesars, minus 155 on BetMGM. So if you do have that, a little early, set the tone for a big night. Maybe that's the first sweat of the day.
Okay. We've got options here, right?
Where do you want to go?
Should we source the community and see what they want? This isn't a community parlay. All right. I'm not saying that. This is just quick flash, like what do y'all think here type thing. But we've got three options. We could do Max Kepler. Sorry?
Pablo Lopez is an option.
That's the one as well. And unders, look, if this guy gets shelled, we don't need to sit there for the whole game. right? So under 6.5 Ks is a lot. Just looking at the market width, it's minus 105 on DraftKings. Look, you're not getting a ton of break with some books, but you are, and we know that it's beating the global market there. The other one I would throw out would be Joey Gallo at over a half total bag. It's just under 5% ROI at 4. It's got a pretty decent win shot. Again, it's not beating the market like Kepler. So Kepler is beating the market at a better rate than the other props. But if I were to rank them, I would go Lopez, Gallo, Kepler. If I were to rank them from value, it's clearly Kepler at the top.
Yeah, I agree with both of those. And Lopez, the strikeout prop, going under on these strikeout props has just been a theme for me lately. I don't know if it's random coincidence or there's something there, but a lot of my strikeout props have been unders. This one is starting to creep up to the minus 120 range. So if you've got 2 minutes and you want a little sweat, that's the first sweat of the day. So I hear you there. I do want to ask you, I want to look backwards just for a second. I don't want to recap a bunch from yesterday because it was not a good betting night for me. But what were your thoughts? Obviously the Celtics, when push came to shove, they made one final locked it down, ended that series last night. The Rangers are a disaster in hockey. The Leafs are the Leafs. What were your big takeaways last night? Or were you just all in the Jalen Carter world and you don't even know what I'm talking about?
No, I got to be honest. I was turned off. First off, I don't watch stuff like the draft with volume. I've learned my lesson, right? Like I can't watch people just go and do. So I was watching the draft and I saw the pick was in for, I believe, Indianapolis. And they made us wait through multiple vignettes in order just to finally get to the pick. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm going to game cast the draft. So I game casted the draft. It was awesome. I got to be honest with you. It was awesome because what did I need to see? An interview with Jalen Carter's mom and his dad standing by. Like, that's great. I love the fact that the Eagles got him and then they got Smith at the end of the round, but I had to turn that off. I was actually locked in. I was probably one of the few people in this country that was watching that Celtics Hawks game, right? Because I feel like I had more plays on that clearly and had some vested interest in it. I had the Celtics down 10 to come back and win. Mike Lawrence says, yeah, he was one of them as well. A big takeaway is that Boston is fine. Absolutely fine. Atlanta has a variable that always makes it tough in the playoffs, and that's a guy like Trae Young, where on any given night he can take a game and he can at least give his team a chance. And I also take away is that teams like Atlanta, Miami, Golden State have proven that you don't really need to do much in the regular season either, and you can be okay, at least make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, listen, the Celtics, I think everybody knew. I mean, the better team. The community was the only one who stepped up last night. I feel a little better that Lofty lost selfishly. Didn't want to let the team down. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't have major takeaways. I did watch that game. I had it on mute. It was on one of my screens. I was watching the hockey and yelling obscenities at my TV because that was frustrating. But beautiful thing, we got a bunch more games in both playoffs tonight, and I'm excited about that.
So I was right. This game is delayed. It's going to start in an hour, so we don't need to make a play on this. Did you make that play anyway? Did you bet that?
Probably. I didn't bet Kepler, but I did bet Lopez.
You did bet Lopez. I bet Lopez as well. It's under 6.5 at minus 105 now.
Yes. There we go. Society is on the under on Lopez. Let's go.
You know what? This is what I okay, look, I am in no position to offer anything like a suggestion or change in direction or new content or anything like that, right?
Oh,
like,
wow, it's taking my job.
No. I'm just lucky I'm here.
I hear you.
Seriously. But I think we should do this. I think we should, especially with day baseball going on. We have a community parlay. That's a community thing where the community does their job and everything. We need like a community sweat, like right away. All right, we're all on the same page. You, me, the community, Mike Lawrence, Lofty, Lindy, anybody else with an L watching, like we're all on the same page. This is our community sweat right now. All right. Okay. I love it. Pablo Lopez.
All right. Noted. I'll put it in. I'll put it in the schedule for us. We'll get it going
on the next AV call. Thank you.
Next AV call.
That. Or Jake. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's look at this. Are you ready? Oh, we look back. Are you ready to look ahead tonight? We have
please.
NBA
Yeah,
games.
I don't want to look back anymore.
Okay.
I just want to look forward. I want to ask you if I can.
You can ask me whatever you want. You know that.
Let's not get too dangerous. But I just wanted gut feel just before we even dive into the plays. Again, there's a updating in real time. The tools are ready. Parlay Builder is ready. We've got you covered there. Are these series, you can just give me with a yes or no. I'm talking the NBA. Are these series ending tonight?
I think yes. I do.
I think yes too.
Look, I think we're all ready to move on, right?
I'm not ready to move on. I want these to keep going.
Selfishly, you want things to keep going. But we know that it's inevitable. Look, I think Memphis has a shot. I'll give you this. Memphis has a shot. I would be stunned if Sacramento had life and came out a winner. Covering a 7.5 point spread is different. I'd be inclined to go under that total, in fact. But looking at it just from a broad picture here, I think the Kings would be lucky to be in this game and covering. Not to say that they can't or won't, but I simply do not see them winning. I'm sorry, Bo. Look, I tailed your bet. So I'm selfishly invested in this like you are. So I'm not like saying anything other than just how I see it. Memphis, I don't think Memphis wins tonight, but I would not be surprised. I would be shocked if Sacramento won this game. I would not be surprised if Memphis pushed it. Game 7, we'd see that, right? I just think ultimately everybody's ready to move on outside of people who tailed your Sacramento ticket.
That's probably more true than not. Yeah, I mean, I see it. I maybe see it a little stronger, but we're probably splitting hairs. I think it's just going to be really tough. Golden State at home is a serious team. They're a championship team. They've shown that. Clay was unbelievable. If Draymond's going to pour in 20 points, you can forget it. They're going to win the whole thing. Now, that's not going to happen probably again, but still, it's going to be an uphill climb. Now, to speak to the other side, game 4, they're Harrison Barnes 3 away from winning a game on the road already in this series. So they can do it. It's just, it's a big ask in an elimination game. I don't know what to make of the Lakers and the Grizzlies. LeBron's obviously got to play better tonight. I think he will.
I think he's tired.
I'm sure he's tired. I'm exhausted, and I haven't played in the NBA yet. So, yeah, I'm sure he's very tired, but he's also LeBron. I think he'll be ready to go tonight.
Yeah, I do.
You just told me you were tired.
I'm exhausted. I've been up since, but I've been working this morning too. So it's not.
What do you think LeBron was doing? What do you think? He's just chilling?
Nothing? No, absolutely nothing. Absolutely. Okay. He slept in this morning.
He's probably watching the show. Appreciate you, LeBron.
Exactly right.
Hit the like button.
Appreciate you. For sure. It goes a long way. Maybe even a tweet. That would
really help, LeBron, if you're watching.
All right. So I think just looking at it from the big picture, we're on the same page here. And it's probably going to be some heavy fades of Kings and Grizzlies players, right? Like you would think that to an extent. I mean, I'm seeing it right now on our tool, just looking at the OddsShopper Premium. You've got Torrey Craig. Oh, that's coming up tomorrow. Pardon me. Bunch of early looks right here. Under 2.5 threes for D'Angelo Russell. And under 24.5 PRA for Kevon Looney are popping up here. Now, I mean, I don't think Kevon Looney can get another 20 rebound night in his bag. Although the matchup, I mean, my goodness, what's going on there that could even hint. That's not a bad play under 24.5. I don't necessarily think, and look, both are beating the market. Both are plus EV. You can look at the difference, like 2.5 threes. You're getting a better price, clearly. Same with Caesars, mind you. Caesars is the only book for Looney. That's actually a really good bet. So Caesars is giving you plus 104. Every other book is asking you to lay money to bet that. Again, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please.
No, I was just going to say, like, that also makes some sense to me, I think. Not that it has to, but it's nice when it does.
Yeah, I mean, Looney, he's God, I mean, he's been so
7 assists, 6 assists, 9 assists, 7 assists. Pardon me, 7 assists, 6 assists, 9 assists. I mean, how long can you keep that up, Ben, for a guy who's averaging just under 3 for the year? He's turned into Draymond Green.
I know, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Like he's playing, he's playing 30 plus minutes in the majority of these games. Obviously there's always foul trouble equity, but Kerr is pretty smart with that. Like he's going to keep his rotation unless it's really dire. And some of these assists have come at the expense of Draymond, but not a ton. Draymond still had 7 and 7. I think that the thing to look at is the volume of assists for this team. I mean, how many isolated baskets are we really talking about? There are so many assists to go around for this team that it's been massive. But at the same time, to speak to your point, I mean, at some point the books, and it feels like maybe we hit that point, have kind of caught up to what's going on here and maybe over adjusted, because we're saying you can get plus money on that under 24.5 PRA. You know, points aren't going to be plentiful. If he doesn't have a massive rebounding game, that's a lot of assists he's going to need to go over that number.
Yeah, I'm under that, by the way. And I got in on this earlier in the day.
Oh, you already bet this.
I did. But here's the thing. I was beating the market pretty good at minus 115 on FanDuel. And as you can see, as we go later in the day, something happened with Caesars. Well, that was 24.5. So yeah, the same thing, the same number. Caesars must have done something, or maybe they simply did not have it up at the time, which is probably most likely. So Caesars starts out hanging a bad line, because I would not have bet minus 115 clearly if plus 104 was on the board.
Oh no, of course not. And that's, again, you know, if you're checking out the stream for the first time, if you're looking at these tools and wondering, of course, you can get your free week and test drive it for yourself, but that is the genesis of the value. It's not, oh, we think Kevon Looney's rotation is going to change and this and that. No, it's not that at all. It's one book or two books are not in line with everybody else, and we're going to pick on them, really. And you see that here with the plus money.
All right, so you're okay with that?
I am.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
I think you can go under 4.5 assists too. If you say, like, I'm worried he's going to have 19 rebounds again, like, okay, you can just focus on assists and say under 4.5. That also grades out pretty favorably.
That's not bad either.
Yeah. Then you're isolated to one stat category.
Correct. It's a good way to build that. Do you normally do that with a PRA follow up?
So sometimes I'll do that where I split the unit. It depends what I'm like. It's easier in some ways if you're like, oh, I want to put additional, like I'm going to bet Kevon Looney under 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. And I'm going to throw a little extra on my favorite under within it, which would be the assist part. So now instead of just having one unit, say I have 1.5 units. Or you could say, you know what? I'm going to split it and go half a unit. Don't change my original wager. Just focus more on him getting less assists would go a long way.
So Rich asks a really interesting question. You and I have had multiple conversations about this with the data, just about the time and timing of when to place wagers with the OddsShopper premium tool. The community parlay is going to be up here, so make sure you vote on that. But let's just get one more play in here, because D'Angelo Russell is popping up with some unders here, Ben, a couple of times over. In fact, both under 2.5 threes and under 5.5 assists. The 5.5 assists at Bet Rivers is pretty good, because you're getting at a plus 110, points bet minus money, FanDuel minus money. So even Caesars just over even money. And then similar situation with Bet Rivers under 2.5, where it's just the best price that you're going to find. But these would make sense if you're looking at D'Angelo Russell, you know, hovering around 2 makes. He's gone over this twice, granted, but hovering around that from 3 and not really being a scoring factor. And then also assists, knowing that there's going to be anomalies here, right? 3 of the 5 he has gone over. But if you just look at how this has been bet, there's some pretty good opportunities to go under. And even if you wanted to, I don't know, Bet Rivers does this, but you could even same game parlay, not to say that this is the equal value by any means, but you now have an opportunity to kind of fade D'Angelo Russell 2 times over.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like under is kind of the play on some of his stats. I'm more interested in the 3-pointers. He doesn't take massive volume, 9, 5, 7, 8, and 5, healthy, but we're asking for 3. You got to shoot a pretty good clip there. Now they are at home. Well, I expect them to play well, so I get it. It's not screaming to me, but at minus 108, if you can find that, some definite value. And to talk about, because Rich's point is super interesting here about the time of day. In theory, there could be, but when you think about it, generally, to me, the answer is no, because there's just no reason why everything would be in theory less efficient farther out from the game. And it increases maybe the volatility because there's more time for a guy to get the flu or sprain an ankle. And that could work for or against you. So it may up the volatility, but that should all even out. You're not going to get more or less unlucky. So the more efficient lines for the books will be closer to tip off, but the less variance in the number will also be closer to tip off. So for me, I don't have a preference. I bet these a lot of times when I wake up, I lock a few in, try to get closing line value. I also bet a lot of them right before tip.
Yep. Yeah, I think to put it in layman's terms, not that you didn't by any means, but for me, because I need to understand it and how I explain it. This is just reflecting what the market is. Like this is not an influencer. This is not anything more. Like there's an algorithm, don't get me wrong, but it's not taking and then recomputing and then having projections and then moving on. This is just simply a second by second reflection of the market. Like any market, a lot of you are smart. You follow stocks, you follow the S&P, you follow things that are markets, right? Crypto, whatever it may be, you follow markets and you understand that they're constantly evolving. So I'm with you. I do think though that people bet certain ways, and that's probably influencing a time in which you may see the market. But again, like if you like unders, maybe there is a time, maybe there isn't. If you like overs, maybe the market softens, or I don't know. But I do know that a lot of people love betting overs and a lot of people like betting favorites, especially heavy favorites that they can put together in parlays. And that shit doesn't always hit. So,
no.
And I'm up. I told you it was at 3 a.m. So my kid's up, my wife's pregnant, right? Like everybody's up in this house now. So I'm on there at 3:30, 4 a.m. And there are times in which I find insane gaps. And there are times in which it's like, this is the only book that has it up there. So I know if I'm betting it, I might be beating penny, but that doesn't mean that the market will settle, et cetera. And by, 2 hours from now, Ben, that's still a good bet. So I think there's give and take with it. That's what I've learned. Because initially I was telling you like, no, you got to bet at 6 a.m. And you're just like, no, you don't. And through practice, I know now that not to be the case.
Yeah, again, it's all your mileage is going to vary at any point in the day, but I've never been, I have to be there. I have a routine that works for me, and the tool can be effective early or later in the day. But trying to look at what else, like Rui he's been a common name for the market lately. And he exploded in the series. He had those big time games. And now he's kind of, come down to earth a little bit. 7 and 9 points in the last 2 games. He's playing minutes in the mid to low 20s. What do you think about under 1.5 threes for Rui? Now you're laying a ton of juice. It's probably a parlay piece, but we are showing that as a potential value. Again, if you're looking to string it up, this is upwards of minus 250 at a lot of places, but at Bet Rivers, it's just over negative, 200, minus 210.
Okay, so I know the answer to this, which is you just wouldn't play the parlay. But Anthony Davis under a half 3 is minus 190 on BetMGM. It's not available. It looks like it's not available on Bet Rivers, but Rui, right, is available on BetMGM. So you could run this parlay on BetMGM, knowing that you're getting a great return on Anthony Davis at under a half. But my goodness, you're sacrificing 40 points of value on Rui. So I'm guessing that you just wouldn't play the parlay at that point because you can't play it on a favorable book for both, or would you just sacrifice the 40 points and say, you know what, fuck it, let's go to BetMGM and roll the dice with these two as a parlay?
No, I probably wouldn't do that, just because in addition to sacrificing the value that you're talking about, you're incurring a same game parlay, and that's going to sacrifice even more because they're on the same team, obviously. So now there's like an opportunity cost for what's going on top of it. So
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So let's do this then. You're right. 100%. You're right. And I should have seen that coming. Sugar House, which is Bet Rivers, it's the same book essentially, or operator. Sugar House has look at Jordan Poole. That's probably the best thing to do, right? Just take these two and run a parlay. You've got two different games, two different components here. Both are unders, which I would guess that you probably get a little bit of a break as opposed to just laying in overs.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I prefer betting unders because I'm a sicko, and I think there's something to it. But yeah, Jordan Poole under, no problem with that. Again, it doesn't mean that it has to be a parlay piece. You just when you're talking about that, it's all about break even point, like any bet. Chances of success versus how much am I going to get paid out if it does in fact win or lose. That's all you really care about. So it's not the end all be all. There's just not a lot of like, I don't see a ton with the big names tonight. LeBron, maybe over on his points, over 25.5. But other than that, there's just not a lot out there.
I think this is a really good 2-leg parlay here. I'm just going to look at what I'm on Sugar House right now, right? So for the Kings game, we're going under Poole's combo, right? Which is fine. I mean, this guy has been thoroughly phased out of this series, right?
He's not playing a ton. I mean, he's got good volume, Jordan Poole. You take, 15, 12, 13 shots.
That's fine. Let him.
He's not efficient.
No, and at some point they're going to get tired of his shit and be like, dude, you got to slow down here. So, or not, but you're right. Like the efficiency is just not there. So we need threes now for Rui Hachimura. And, this is a plus 104 parlay on Sugar House. I'm sorry. I'm betting this. I'll see you in hell.
I like it. Again, that's the puzzle this is one of my favorite things is not just finding the bet, but finding actually how the pieces fit in reality. Like sometimes you could say, oh, in an academic setting, I want to bet this, this, and this. We don't have that. So what else do we have tonight? Are you looking to bet any sides?
No. The only thing I'm looking to do is bet, like, I'm going back and forth here. I'm tempted to lay a quarter unit on both Golden State and LA to trail by 10 and win.
Here we go.
Right? Well, but look. This is not an end around. I'm not trying to say that it's some sort of magic code that I found. But look at what
the Matrix.
Look at these teams though. They're over 3-1. Golden State's over 3-1, and the Lakers are over 2-1. So I mean, I'd be inclined, if I was going to take a spread, it would be laying the 4.5 with the Lakers. I don't hate that. Trust me, by any means. I just don't think I want to bet that. But I would take a shot at the Lakers trailing by 10 and coming back, knowing that Memphis is a good basketball team and that Memphis has a little left in them, especially defensively. Like, what are you going to get up front from Sacramento? They are pushing those guys around.
Man, you're just burying my Kings.
I mean, okay, but here's the thing. And I know we got some promos to get into in just one sec, but could you not see Golden State like ultra underachiever going through the motions, down by 15 points, 8 minutes left in the third, and then all of a sudden Klay Thompson or Steph Curry just knocks down like 3 threes in a row. Draymond Green draws a tech, and it's like the place erupts and they win by 10?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could also see, and I've been wrong about this all series, I was really adamant that there would be non-competitive games in this series. Like, I thought that the Kings would get one at home where they won by like 30. And I also thought that Golden State would have a true beatdown game. I'm a little worried that tonight it could unravel quickly for the Kings if they don't start fast.
Yeah, I don't see how Sacramento comes back, makes it a game. To your point, I could see Memphis down by 8 in the first quarter, battle back, go on a run, defensive run, keep LA limited, and then be up by 8-10 points, like by the half. And now all of a sudden you've got LA down. Plus 470, Lakers to trail by 10 and win. Plus 1,315 points. I got to let you know, it's 55-1 to trail by 20. I had to let you know that.
You had to let me know. Thank you for letting me know that.
You want to hit the promos? Sorry.
Even though Dillon Brooks has disgraced himself, like they were down, I think 36-9, 35-9. and they didn't really make it a game, but they did come back. Like they did chip away at that. So Memphis has shown if they fall behind, it's not over by any stretch.
Correct. And Mac, look, somebody has to talk myself.
Yeah, you got to do it.
It's not going to be Ben.
No,
right?
no,
So,
I'm a downer. I'm not gonna. It's up to you to incept yourself that these are good ideas.
all right. So let's look. What do we have here today? Right.
Got some
what
weird stuff on the promo page.
Some promos, right? Caesars is bouncing around. Like, what do we see here? By the way, I love the Discord. You can pop in on that. Half off your first week, right? Still, we're doing that or no?
Yeah. Come on in. Get the code below.
Just making sure. Chalkboard is free, and that's where you can dime me out to Lofty, as somebody already did for ripping him this morning on my video. And I mean, I love it. Like, a small little sprinkle in my channel about how I tried to put a bug in Lindy's ear this morning with you on Slack about Klay Thompson 35-5 and no. And now he's on the boost, and Isaiah, who's also in the Discord on here, loves him. And and I said, no, Eric's too busy laying 6-leg minus 300 a leg soccer parlays. And of course, now there's a firestorm about how his channel is a breeding ground for that.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done. What do we got on the promo spear? Let me take a look at some of these.
We have to take advantage of the Caesars one right away.
Well, that's so I do
this
love
is a great promo.
Yeah, that's great because every bet you take there,
every bet. Are you gonna sing that?
What?
Every bet you take to the every breath you take.
Yeah, there's gonna be a new mashup there.
Would you sing that for us? Every bet you take.
I'm not gonna do that in this lifetime, but maybe
have you ever done karaoke?
Did karaoke once in Binghamton.
Do you realize, like, we could do it? Hold on a second. I need to hear about Binghamton. But do you realize that we could have some sort of auction in which we auctioned off you just doing like 3 songs of karaoke? You could even choose the songs, but you doing 3 songs of karaoke. We could live stream that on both the DFS and the OddsShopper channel, and it would be our most watched. I'm sorry, Lindy's locks and Lofty's fucking bets, but it would be the most watched thing we'd ever have. You realize this?
So we could do that. The slight problem, the big roadblock for you is that ultimately I probably would get to decide that, and there's not a chance in hell that I would ever let that one slip past the goalie. But yeah, no, I don't. I'm the only person in this country that hasn't tried out for American Idol. Everyone can sing. I don't sing. Not
okay. Here's the thing. You have to tell us everything about Binghamton without telling us the song in which you sung, right? Sung would be the proper tense there. Sang? No, sung. So, right? You
not an English major?
No. Slack Mike and I, the name of the song that you performed, and if somebody nails it, I'll give you a month free of the Discord, and I'll give you a month free of BetPro.
So I like where your head's at. There's a slight problem.
Okay, what?
This is quite a while ago. And I
must know.
No, are you this is not.
Is this pre-May?
Way. This was in college.
Who knows you from college that's here? Lofty?
Oh, college, man. I was playing poker, not hanging out with you crazy characters.
Well, what about Baker? You must have crossed paths with Baker at some point in college playing poker. No,
this was well before my DFS days. Okay. But you ever been to Binghamton?
Yeah, my family actually has a lake house. Like they've lived and gone up to Crystal Lake, that area, which like Wallapompack, which is on the PA side, on the other side of Binghamton. So Binghamton's like 45 minutes from there.
Yeah, Binghamton's shady place, but
was it really Stairway? Was it Freebird?
No, I don't think. And it's true. Yeah, I did go to Vassar, so
I could see you doing that
right in that same area.
All right, let's get to some hockey stuff. What's your favorite hockey? You can't go wrong with this boost. You simply
You
cannot go
can't.
wrong, right? Everything you do here works. So opt in, bet it. What is okay? So for me, there are two things that I really like tonight. Really like tonight. If I can boost, I'm just looking at what this is. 25% is not going to do much. It's going to bring the money. I was going to boost I hate the puck line in general. I know you dabble, but I like Florida tonight a lot in this game.
Oh,
a
yeah?
lot.
Going
Yeah,
7?
I do. Look, they won. They just won to force this game. They're at home, and I know that they've come in as a low seed, but it's hockey, and it's still a tough place to play, especially in a playoff atmosphere. I like them at plus 152. I don't think I need to boost that. The only other thing I would think of is if you like Seattle to close this thing out or take advantage of either Dallas or Minnesota on the money line, technically Carolina or the Islanders on the money line, knowing that that boost is going to bring you from laying juice to plus money.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of options. It doesn't really, in my mind, you're just picking your best available. For me, my man Joey B in chat. He knows where I'm going. I like the Avalanche tonight. I know they're not the same team. Maybe back-to-back Stanley Cups are not in the cards. I don't see them going down. I really don't. I think that they're going to be in this game tonight. More than in this game, they're going to win this game tonight. So I would go there. I don't know what to do with the Panthers. They have not won a home game in this series, but they've also beat the Bruins in a place that no one can beat them. So maybe they can pour 7. It would be the Wild or the Avalanche for me if I was using this boost.
Well, you are using this boost, and you're telling people what to do.
Yeah, it would be the Avalanche.
You're going to boost a minus 155?
Yeah, what do I care? 25% is 25%.
You're telling people what to do.
No, I mean in the sense that the boost is flat. It's not like where
I get it.
You get a bigger boost for a plus.
No, I understand.
Play.
It's just you're still laying on that, and it's going to be capped. So you're not going to be able to bet out of the juice is my point.
Yeah, but you're still reducing it to a number that you would never be able to get on the Avalanche.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm in on the Avalanche. Thanks to you. $100 to win $80.65.
Yeah. So you're like, you're taking the Avalanche down to like what, minus 110 range, basically. And that's just not a spot you can get.
Oh, yeah. It's at maybe 120 range.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little more, but it's certainly not 155. That's for sure.
Yeah. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. Okay. Let's keep it moving then. We have some more promos here, right? Look, Klay Thompson is the one. I know Isaiah on the Discord is all over this. Harambe, some other cats on active on our Discord love this. DraftKings is boosting this to 25. I wonder if there's an alt play in here to know, okay, we can take that and maybe just see what 30 is at this point.
So Klay Thompson is a perpetual ladder. The guy is unbelievable when he gets going. It was amazing. I thought, not that he saved them in the last game, but he was fantastic. And he was in foul trouble the entire game. He still played 32 minutes, but he was 10 of 19, 5 of 11 from 3. When Klay gets going, he hasn't had that 30-point explosion in this series. He's got 25, 26, 13, 21, and 21 points going from most recent to least recent games. I'm fine with saying that this is a Klay game and he pours in 33, 35 points.
30, 35. So 25 points is minus 115. 30 plus is plus 285. Now, granted, the minus 115 is going to be boosted for you, right? So technically what you're doing is you're at plus 150 for your first rung. 30 plus is plus 285. 35 plus is plus 70. You can't even bet them to go 40 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, you still want to compare it to that, like what you're getting. Obviously, if the payoff is no good for the ladder, and you're shopping it, then we're not going to do it. But I love this boost. Certainly on the board with the boost, just because I like Klay in this spot. I don't think the books are valuing him correctly, and I think that the way he plays with the variance, when you take 10, 12, 13 threes, you pour a couple extra in, and these ladders jump in a hurry.
Okay, so I saw a couple more. We have a same game parlay boost still there, right? And okay, what was the last one, Mike? Just conserve here if we can. Just because I know we want to build a parlay, we got to hit some PrizePicks stuff. PrizePicks was in fuego. Josh, me. Yeah, here we go. Which is what now? I mean, this here, even money. Okay. I think if you like this promo, there's probably an opportunity to build off this as well on FanDuel, right? Like, for example, if Clay Clay needs to hit what, 3 threes?
3+ threes, Curry 25+, and the Warriors to win. I don't like that bet.
No, I'm with you. I would rather look at, like, 4 and 4 for these guys is -125. Add the Warriors money line. I'm just curious, like, what does that look like? Probably going to be somewhat correlated, you would think, at -310. It's plus definitely. 128. It's plus 128. So I think that there is, like, Steph Curry's not getting to 26 points or 25 points, not aggressively taking threes. We're already on Klay Thompson getting to 25+ on the boost, which is all coming from threes. I mean, that's what he does, and would take the Warriors to win. So if I'm on FanDuel, I'm thinking I'd rather go 4-4 and the Warriors winning at plus 128 than this boost. Not to say that my boost is plus EV by any means. I'm just saying that I feel like for 28 more points back, it's pretty similar of a scenario to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely do things like that because I just don't like the concept of the opportunity cost of Clay hitting 4 threes. It obviously lessens the chance that Steph hits 4 threes. Now, can they both do it? Of course. We've seen it a million times. Now, the third part is pretty easy.
Fading Pool.
Yeah, we're fading Pool, but you're not getting paid for fading Pool. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
It can make us sweep the card, but, like, we don't get extra for that. And then we've got the Warriors. I totally agree. That's obviously, if they hit 8 threes at least between them, the Warriors are going to be in pretty good shape. So, Keegan Murray, 2.5 3-pointers.
Mine, like, under?
I don't know.
I had that minus next to it. Okay, so here's the thing.
That his line? Let's say.
If you look at just Klay Thompson, like, let's build, it's Clay Day. You want Clay Day, right?
I think it is. I think it is a Clay Day. I think if he stays out of foul trouble, he's been so big in these big games. Yeah, that Keegan Murray one, I'm on board with that if you go under, by the way. Fire that up.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Right now, Clay 5, Murray under 2.5 is plus 210. Right away, that's a 2-leg same game parlay. That's just over 2-1. Klay Thompson's total tonight is 4.5. So you're not getting any, like, that's the most you can bet him. If you wanted to bet 4 threes for Klay Thompson tonight, you're laying 260 to 250 at places. It's absurd.
Well, that's right? Just an objectively horrible bet. Please don't do that.
Okay. So your only choice is to either bet Klay Thompson points or Klay Thompson threes. Now, if you wanted to bet Klay Thompson points at 30, let's say, this is now a plus 634 3-leg same game parlay. Klay Thompson 5 threes, Keegan Murray under 2.5, Klay Thompson to drop 30.
I'm okay. I mean, again, if you're gonna do, I'm gonna always preface, if you're looking to make same game parlays, I'm not the biggest fan of those, but that's one I am intrigued by because I think Clay could have a really big game. The under on Keegan Murray, if you can get the right line, we're looking for around -135, give or take. Anything inside -140, in my opinion, is good there. That's not bad. That's a pretty good plus money ticket.
Wow. I'm pretty surprised that you came around on that so
well.
far.
I try to be a man of the people. I don't know.
Amenable to change. I still, like, I almost want to get a poll out here. Like, what do you think people would pay the most to see you sing?
I don't know, but that'll never happen.
Yeah, but it's such a great thought.
I know. It's like, if we're lucky that we don't let you in control. This poor company, if you work here, you'd be like Theon from Game of Thrones, just getting every show. It's up. We got 100 likes, so Ben's gonna get that equals, hot sauce in the eyes. But if we get to 200, he'll cut off a limb. I respect the hustle.
Yeah,
no.
300, you sing karaoke.
That would be. I'd rather cut off a limb. So it's true.
I'm sure. Okay.
Where
you want to build a parlay?
Next words out of my mouth was, let's go to the parlay builder.
I'm on FanDuel. I'm going back and forth. FanDuel, DraftKings. I think just on the surface here, we're going to have our best success on FanDuel, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I like FanDuel. It's got a good, and I will say, we got some cool filters on this. If you haven't checked out and you're getting your free week, I love that we have the leagues now for this. Originally on the builder, it was all in one. And I know for me, there are nights where I'm like, you know what? I just want to bet. I just want an NHL parlay. Now you can quickly and easily click and find the play that you want. But this has a nice mixed bag. You've got Flaherty, who I do like shorting for the Cardinals. You got your boy Poole in here, McKinnon, Barkov. What are we doing?
Okay, so I got to get rid of either McKinnon or Barkov. Let's start there. I would say let's get rid of Barkov.
Okay.
I mean, McKinnon is just a machine, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly want to short McKinnon because I like the Avalanche tonight.
Me neither. All right, so let's. I don't want to short Barkov because he's sneaky.
Okay, so we can pull both hockey. Why not?
Yeah, we'll bring hockey back into the fold. Okay. Luis Castillo is an interesting one. He's popped up. He came up in my video too.
Okay.
I don't mind that, but I don't necessarily know. Let's remove him just to remove him, and let's start in the end. Or Jack Flats, you want Flats, right? You want Flaherty out there. I mean, look, this guy could K 10 guys and give up a shit ton of runs and get pushed around and flicked in the air and stuff. But I like shorting him.
Yeah, I like shorting him too. He's got, it's early in the season. I'm not going to start like citing home and road splits after 2 starts. But if you look at his just career, he pitches better, like most pitchers. He's better at home. It's like a full earned run worse on the road for him. I think the Dodgers, who have just played 7 straight road games, they're back at home. The Cardinals have been on the road for a while now. This is their 3rd straight series on the road. I don't like the spot for St. Louis at all. So under 5.5 at minus 118 is probably my favorite bet of the ones we have up there.
It's going to be some offense in this game. Dustin May is not great, striking people out. Cards have a busy lineup when it comes to just hitting the baseball. So that could also work in your favor where this could be 6-3 after, 2 runs. Okay. All right. So Flaherty's in there. Flats is in there under 5.5. We're on Jordan Poole, right? Under 21.5 PRA, fading him.
Yeah, I'm fine shorting Poole.
Okay. But here's the thing. Since we're going to go back to hockey and most likely a plus 106 play, I think we can get away with going over. I mean, this is a big play here for Keegan Murray, but if you go over 4.5 rebounds, this is a really good bet to the market on FanDuel. We have it winning 62% of the time, and the ROI is one of the best, if not the best, on FanDuel, meaning that it's beating the market at multiple books.
I'm fine with that. I have no issues with that.
We'd swap Murray out for Poole.
Either way, that's fine. Again, Poole, the good thing about Jordan Poole, you have the opportunity to short him at multiple books. We talked about some of those and they weren't FanDuel exclusive. This Keegan Murray line really jumps off the page on FanDuel in particular. So if you're looking to build a parlay on FanDuel, I would much rather have the Murray prop in there.
All right, let's keep Murray in there, Mike. Let's go back and we'll add Barkov. And now we have LeBron.
Oh, you want to add Barkov? Okay.
Well, here's the thing. If we don't add Barkov, I would add DeGrom.
Over 8.5 Ks?
Yeah. But I like look, we need whatever the opposite of an anchor play is, we need a reach play in here. Like we need a softener, if you will, in here. You like that? Little softener.
Sure.
So, honestly,
I mean, Barkov, for what it's worth, I'm a huge fan of him. I'm rooting for him. I hope he has 8 goals tonight. He hasn't had a best series by any stretch, so.
Yeah, but I mean, secondary assists, just to be burned by that would just kill you, right? And he's active, but let's add him. Okay, let's add Barkov.
He's got 2 points in the 3 points in the series. He hasn't done much of anything. He's got no goals in the series.
Now we have one more play to add. We're at plus 552. This is a perfectly reasonable 3-leg parlay that we have created here for you. You can play this and move on. That's fine, right? We're giving you an opportunity to get off the highway right now. But you mentioned that you didn't see a lot of star players, big names, what have you. How about LeBron James over 25.5 right there?
I mentioned that a little earlier. Yeah, as the one LeBron prop, that kind of does pique my interest again. Not because I discovered it. The market is saying, hey, look at this. That's the power of the tools that we have here. I'm kind of okay with that. I'd go to LeBron again. He should be really active tonight. It's not a must win, but I'm sure they're not thinking, let's go back for one game, do or die. So I would expect LeBron to be way better than the last game. Pick him up, throw him in there.
We're in. Love it. Nice little parlay too that we cooked up here, just using the tool. And when this hits, just remind yourself where you got it. And no, I'm not asking you to tweet Jazz Raz DFS or Shander Show or Mike or anybody else. I'm just asking you to sign. Like, if you tail this, hit this parlay and don't sign up for, and LeBron just moved, by the way, to minus 110 because I'm watching it move as we speak. Then, and you don't sign up for the free trial for a week, shame on you. Just
all right. We got a couple missed baseball, laddering LeBron threes. The volume is there. I don't mind that. Again, that's just another way to get exposure to him. He shot horrible, but if he gets going, LeBron's not shy. He'll take him. Could make him. Yeah, volume is there. I agree with that.
Are you suggesting that we ladder LeBron James threes?
Can't say I'm suggesting it. I'm suggesting if you're laddering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
All right, let's do that. Let's
Roddy. David Roddy has no props up that I see, my man. So cannot see that.
What do you have? Take some time. What do you have for the community parlay?
So where did we get the Lakers? Let's start there.
-5.
All right, let's go to the videotape. The Lakers, -5. Yeah, they're 5 everywhere. Give me, okay. Yeah, this is the spot that I want. You want me to go first?
Yes.
Give me the Dodgers. We're going to go a little LA-themed parlay to get things started. Lakers have a good night. The Dodgers have a good night. It dropped to -135. Talked about this in my video this morning, and I actually went first 5 innings. I just like them straight here at -135. I already mentioned this just before when we were talking about shorting Flaherty. Cardinals have been on a long road trip. They continue that here. The Dodgers come home after a pretty uneventful, uninspiring effort against the Pirates. Dustin May on the mound. I think he's got plenty of good quality here to really limit the offense. And I think Flaherty's in a pretty tough spot against the Dodgers. I know they haven't had the best start to the season. They've been average at best. Cardinals are in the basement of their division. So I think that the Dodgers at -135, this is a good spot. I always look for that angle. Team stuck on a road trip against another team who is now coming home for a homestand. That's what you get with the Dodgers money line, -135 tonight.
All right. And what book are we on again?
DraftKings.
Oh, okay. Sorry. DraftKings. Just wanted to make sure that I had this there. I love that. I'm going to stay in the NBA, which means that I have to go Golden State and, well, I guess technically.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, I'm saying I have to stay in that game. Okay. So
no matter what you take.
Exactly right. I honestly, this game hasn't started yet, right? I'm gonna go with the. Well, can I add the community sweat? I guess has to be separate. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's
fair. Okay, look, I'm gonna go in. We're talking what? Sacramento and Golden State for me, right? I'm gonna fade Domantas Sabonis, and whatever the number is, if it's 12.5 rebounds, go under that. If it's 19.5 points, go under that, right? So I'll see as well, because I was looking at it on FanDuel. And
I got you right
sure.
here. So you got Sabonis under 12.5 rebounds at -110. Is that what you want?
What's the points? Yes.
And we've got Sabonis points at 19.5. The under would be -120.
I'm going to go under 19.5 points.
Under 19.5 points for Sabonis at -120.
I mean, the guy's going up against a combination of Akeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, and Wilt Chamberlain in Kevon Looney, right?
That seems not optimal for him. First half team total over 62 Golden State -125 from Hugo in chat.
Ooh, I like it.
If they get going, and you know the Kings are going to push the tempo.
Yeah. Speaking of which, plus 509. Beautiful. I'm over 55.5 Denver first half team total. If you can still get that at like -102 on FanDuel, I pinched that from the OddsShopper tool yesterday. Love that play. Give me some points in this game. Denver's ready, rearing to go. Going to be a lot of points in that one. But there's the community parlay. Love that.
It is. It's a one-day California parlay.
All right, my friend. Anything else you want to get out here before we get out?
As always, again, whatever you're looking for, if you are betting, if your state has come online, check out what we got going on. The easiest way to get involved is to get a free trial. It's a free trial for a week. The link is below. You click it, you're in. It's a 7-day free trial to OddsShopper Premium. Check out what we got going on. Use these tools and see what you think. If you have questions on them, if you have issues with them, any of that, tweet at Shander Show, tweet at JazzRazDFS. We'll be glad to help you. So much opportunity here with all the playoffs, MLB, as we get into the summer months. But no, just have a great weekend ahead, everybody. I know we won't talk to you guys till Monday, but another fun time. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us here.
Perfectly said. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah.
Be aware, Howie Roseman is lurking. Your team is not safe. That's all I have to say. At JazzRazDFS, at Shander Show. Thanks to Mike producing. Thumbs up, subscribe, take advantage of this free. I don't know if we're going to have this free week for you much longer, so I would just jump on it now if you can. Have a great weekend.